You're now tuned into pSyk's weekly Nerf dosage.
Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to episode 127 of pwned. This episode is all about the Artifact Breech, more specifically, the longshot Artifact Breech, or you could call it the Artifact Breech for the longshot, however you want to call it, because Artifact is an up and coming, big brand, I guess, or accessory maker, mod kit production company from China. And Artifact actually makes not just the longshot kits, but also makes kits for the Retaliator as well as the Alpha Trooper for now. Artifact also makes Stefan clips, and I don't know what else they have coming up in the future, but they also provide darts. So it's just some really crazy stuff. And you guys already know in the history of different kind of breaches for the long shot, and different kind of mod kits or drop-in kits. We have so many in the market, but the reason why this is being highlighted to me and to you guys is because, number one, Artifact they actually gave it so I didn't pay anything for review. And in terms of value for money and price point, this thing is really on top of the game. It's just mind-blowingly affordable, and it's made of aluminium, it's CNC'd, and it's just, installation is really simple. Alright, now the exterior is going to be a standard long shot. Now before I get into the installation, I want to share with you guys that Artifact is cool if we, they're not going to be like, hey, you have to use only our stuff in your blasters and stuff like that. No, Artifact was cool, and he said, okay, go ahead, or they said, go ahead. You can mix and match whatever you want with your mod kits and your blasters. So before I share with you guys the installation process, I want to make sure and clarify with you guys that in my long shot that I actually use for the installation, I have a kit known as the Big Hammer kit, and this is also another kit that I will be reviewing very soon. Big Hammer is also another mod mod kit production company, but I have their kits inside my long shot, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys know. Alright, and if I'm not wrong, I'm actually using Orange Modworks plunger tube as well as plunger rod. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. Artifact Breech basically is, you guys remember in the past, locally produced, there was this thing called the Universal Breech, and that was basically a little 3D printed piece that you would just install into any quote-unquote any clip-fed blaster from the Elite line. So that meant to the Rampage, the Alpha Trooper, the Retaliator, and even, in some cases, the Longshot. Now this was called Universal Breech because a single same piece could be used in different blasters, and what it does is it converts your system to firing Stefans, and it provides 100% seal because you're going to change the barrel out to brass. So Artifact went ahead and kind of basically one up the whole idea, created something that is, it's just out of this world. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys an installation video, and you'll see what are the parts with it, and then after that I'll tell you more about it. So check it out.
First of all, let me introduce to you what the kit comes with: an aluminium barrel, an O-ring, 2 spacer pieces, one big, one small, and an aluminium chambering piece. Now you want to put all that aside and open up your long shot. As I mentioned earlier, the internals of my longshot have already been modified. The most important thing that you must do to your longshot for this mod to work is to remove the air restrictors. I'm not going to teach you how to do that in this video, but there are a ton of sources online that you can refer to. So now remove out your whole plunger assembly, including the bolt sled. Then remove the plunger from the plunger assembly. Then you want to remove the stock barrel and muzzle pieces along with the dart gate. Get rid of the dart tooth, you're not going to need it anymore. Then you're going to remove the pin that holds the bolt sled and the breech together. I usually do that by tapping it out with an ice pick tool and a hammer, and then finishing up the job with a pair of pliers. Then remove the bolt sled from the breech. Now let's take a look at the Artifact pusher piece, and you'll see that it's got a nice O-ring, and it also fits without any problems to your bolt sled. Now take a look at a side-by-side comparison of the stock breech and the new pusher piece, and basically what you gotta do is make a cut on the stock breech at this point right here. Now this is how I mark out a straight line for a straight cut. Get some masking tape and wrap it around, and then you have a straight line. So grab your Dremel, and then you're gonna do this. Then clean up the parts with a wet wipe to remove any residual grease or lubricants. Then apply a ring of super glue to the pusher piece and insert it into the breech. I like to give it a little twist to help spread the super glue a little bit more evenly, and just for good measure I added super glue to the joint. Now we're going to set that aside and leave it to cure. Now grab your spacers, in particular the bigger one, and slot it into the muzzle piece like this. Now you want to press it down firmly and make sure that everything is flush. Then grab the new Artifact aluminum barrel. Now take note that the threaded side is the front. The back has a nice diamond cut pattern. I think it's called diamond cut, I don't really know. Now what you want to do here is slot in the smaller spacer like this, followed by the muzzle piece with the big spacer, and finally finishing it off with the O-ring. Now the O-ring will sit very nicely in the groove that you see. And this is how it should look like. The O-ring is going to keep the muzzle in place. Now grab the stock barrel and the dart gate and remove the barrel. You're not going to need that anymore. And then you're going to insert the back end of the new Artifact barrel into the dart gate. Now for this part, make sure you push the small spacer all the way into the dart gate and make sure it's friction fit and sitting in all the way. It's got to be flush. And then your barrel should be about at that point in the dart gate. Now take your new barrel assembly and fit it into the longshot. You'll notice that it sits perfectly. Once it's installed, you have to make sure that the muzzle and the front spacer are flush against the O-ring. Now if you did everything correctly, it should look something like this. Now install back the two screws on your muzzle piece. Once the super glue is cured, it is time to reassemble your plunger assembly. I took things one step further by applying a little bit of lubricant onto the O-ring. Then take the whole plunger assembly and fit it back into the longshot. At this point, make a quick check to see if the breech is sealing correctly. With that, you're basically done, so close up your longshot. Once again, I'd like to say that the internals of my longshot is a mixture of the new Artifact internals as well as the Big Hammer kit and orange mod works, as you guys can clearly see. Oh yeah, and of course a 3D printed jam door. To top it off, this is the F10 555 shotgun grip, which is in my opinion the best shotgun grip available in the market right now. And here it is, just a quick demonstration of the breech, chambering and firing. This is what it looks like, and you can see that it fits very nicely, very nicely. No misalignment, and yeah, pretty phallic, but what the hell. This is a close-up of the chambering process and a quick firing demonstration. Ta-da!
Welcome back guys, and I have in my hand the longshot with the Artifact Breech installed already. Now, first things first, I want to tell you guys about why I really like this breech. Even though I rarely want to own a stefan firing or stefan only firing system, is because this is just amazing. Now, with this whole piece, you know, not having you to kind of maintain or retain the original orange nub that is on top of your breech portion, you know, with the new metal piece, this is really solid. And on top of that, some of the other people who already own these Artifact breeches here in Singapore have already tried to seal it up without the O-ring, and there is still a certain amount of seal, which is really amazing. Alright, and installation is so simple. You guys already saw. So what can I say? Price point, check it out, 49 Sing dollars excluding shipping, but 49 for this. It's a really beautiful fit. You got all these spaces over here, and you got this CNC milled aluminum piece. I mean, I don't know what to say. This is just amazing. All right, and oh yeah, just to prove to you guys that it's a good seal, check it out. Okay, so 100% seal. Of course, you got to make sure that your plunger tube and, you know, this whole breech area is, you know, has a good seal. And this breech over here, definitely 100% sealed. Check it out. I don't know, man. Really cool. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick firing demonstration. First of all, I'm going to introduce to you the Artifact Stefan clip. Now you guys notice it's a pretty long clip. I got a PAC-D clip over here, and you can see the difference in length. This thing, I'm not gonna tell you guys how many darts it holds yet. I'm gonna just give you guys a firing demonstration, and then you'll find out once I clear the whole clip. I've got it filled up all the way to the max, as you guys can see. There is actually space for a little bit more, but then if you squeeze any more than this, you're gonna crush your darts. So Artifact clip and Artifact Breech long shot. The first two shots I will show you guys with the feeding, okay? Because when you first look at it, the first impression you'll get is probably, how is this thing ever gonna feed without jamming? But I just want to show you guys how beautiful it is. So here we go. Alright, so this is what I mean. If you look at it carefully, it looks like it's going to feed in 2 darts. It's going to push in 2 darts at the same time, right? Wrong. Look at this. I'm going to do this as slow as I can. Look, it's just 1. It's beautiful. Alright, so guys, is it okay if I fire off this way instead? No, I think I'll just fire at the wall, okay? I don't want to damage my wall, but oh well, here goes. So second dart, I'm going to show you guys chambering again. Alright, here you go. Absolutely smooth. Oh shoot. $18, right? Nope. 19, 20. 20 darts out of this clip. No jams at all whatsoever, and everything's just toppling. Give you guys a firing demonstration of about, let's just go for 4 darts, okay? With a PAC-D clip. Now it's a standard PAC-D clip. Check it out. Alright, so first I will show you it chambering. No problem. Again. Also no problems. Yes, I have another 2 because I loaded 6. Now this clip is a clip that I have not shared with you guys in a long time. I don't even remember if I actually showed it on Pwned. But anyway, this is a traditional way of creating a Stefan clip. We used to mod our clips to actually make it Stefan ready, so that, you know, your darts won't shift around on the inside. This is a very old version, and you can see the little brass tube actually running all the way down to the bottom over here. And these were actually made by SG Nerf. I mean, the original creator was SG Nerf, and then later on it was Hanzo that actually made this. I don't remember why we actually had to mod these. These were before, you know, PAC-D and Explorer started to make Stefan clips, but we used to have to mod it this way, and I don't even remember why we used to do this. I think it was because we wanted to use Stefans in longshot systems, so I cannot remember for the life of me. So I'm sorry guys, but anyway, feeding. Alright, no problem. Second one, also no problem. Whoa, almost hit my own face. So all 4 out. Yes, I only loaded 4 into that clip. So as you guys can see, absolutely no problems. We went through 3 versions of the Stefan clips and absolutely no jams whatsoever. And if you guys are wondering, didn't shift at all. If this O-ring starts to move up, you know it shifted. But then again, you guys notice at installation I used no glue to glue the barrel down. Not at all. It's all friction fit and it's perfect. Just want to demonstrate to you guys the seal again after all of that firing. No problem guys, at all, no problem. It's 100% sealed. This is absolutely awesome. Now if you guys are interested in getting yourself one of these, I'll give you guys links in the description below. There are 2 people in Singapore who are the official distributors or the official resellers of this thing. And you can just contact either one of them, and I'm pretty sure that they'll be more than happy to help you out if you're interested in getting one of these. Now stay tuned, because in the future I will be getting my hands on the Retaliator and the Elite Alpha Trooper artifact kits, so stay tuned for that. Now you guys already know, absolutely awesome. I don't know what else to say. Number 1, installation, really simple and straightforward. Number 2, possibly the best barrel for darts I've ever experienced. Okay, look, it's just amazing. Look, I don't know what to say guys. How Zaurko describes this barrel is it's a size that's in between 9/16 brass and 17/32 brass. So that means it's not too loose, it's not too tight, it is perfect. And that is why it's getting such great performance out of this. So I'll be honest and I will say that I'm thinking of scavenging this barrel and using it for other purposes. So I might have to go ahead and buy myself another artifact kit just so I can get this barrel. It's amazing. Oh, by the way, if you guys are wondering why the end is threaded, stay tuned, because that was all I was told. I actually asked, why is this threaded? They said, stay tuned, stay tuned. So I'm gonna assume that there's gonna be some muzzle attachments coming. I don't really know, but I'm looking forward to it because this is very suspicious, you know what I mean, my friends? So yeah, so as I was saying, I'm sorry, I digress because there's so many good things that I want to say about this kit. Alright, so it's made of aluminum, it's CNC'd, it is boasting 100% seal, very simple installation, everything you need. The only one downside is that you have to cut the breech of your long shot. But if you get a Retaliator or the Elite Alpha Trooper versions of the Artifact Breech, then you don't have to do any cutting whatsoever. It's a full drop-in replacement. But for that, all these things, for the very, very low price, probably the lowest mod kit price for all the things that I just said, 49 Singapore dollars. It's just such a beautiful dart fit for the breech. I don't know, this is just mind-blowing. And I was so excited when I received this. When I actually first saw it, I was like, what in the world is this? And then I finally found out what it was. I tested it out. I tried out Zaurko's kit and I was like, I have to try one. And then next thing I knew, I heard from Piggy aka Jia Jun that hey, Artifact says he wants to give you a kit for review. I was like, oh my god, I was already so impressed and I was about to put my money down for a kit, but now he's gonna give it to me for review. Hell yeah, why not? So just to be fair, I'm not being biased in this at all. I am here to give you my personal opinions, and you guys already know I don't particularly gravitate towards Stefan only systems. This is a Stefan only system. You get what I'm trying to say? It's not something that I would use very often because I want the ability to use both full-length darts and Stefans, but this was too crazy to pass up on, and this is such a simple installation. I had to share it with you guys. I don't have the direct links to where you can get this Artifact Breech. If you guys troll Taobao, I'm pretty sure you can find the links, but I will give you guys links to who to contact if you're interested in getting this kit. And I'm pretty sure that they will be more than glad to help you with shipping to anywhere in the world. So go check out the video description for links to this. Alright, let's move on to the end of the video. And you guys are probably wondering, hey, what's the FPS on this? And FPS and whatever, I'm not gonna share it with you guys. I'm not gonna share FPS or ranges because it depends on what kind of mods you do to your long shot and what the spring load is. Now you guys already saw, I've demonstrated that I have a full 100% seal throughout the entire system, okay? But my spring load is not my usual super crazy 22, 24, 25 kilogram spring because I'm still feeling weak in my left arm. So I would dare say that this is only about 14 kilograms. I don't even remember what springs there were inside. You guys saw it was double springed, right? I believe it was like some beefy spring along with an Orange Modworks 5 kilogram spring, but don't take my word for it. I just went to a spring load where I felt comfortable enough to fire, to prime at least, and could still give me a decent performance out of it just so I could showcase it to you guys, okay? So I'm not gonna share FPS with you guys. I'm not gonna share with you ranges because of this. I don't want to be claiming to you guys I can fire off at like 7,000 FPS and I can shoot these darts as far as about 500 feet, and then you guys be like, hey, I can only get 90 feet, and hey, I can only get like 200 FPS. How do you do it, psych? And I don't want to lie, you see, because everyone's setup is different, and it also depends on how much you tweak your long shot, and it also depends on other factors. For example, whether or not you're using an aluminium plunger rod, because if you're using an aluminium plunger rod, then you need a higher spring load to actually move the plunger rod, which also means you lose in terms of performance because you have a stronger plunger rod. You know what I'm trying to say, guys? So yeah, I hope you guys understand. I'm pretty sure you do, because you guys are all smart. Whoever watches my videos are very, very smart people. Sorry guys, I know it's a bit, I'm a bit crazy. I just want to share with you guys some updates of my personal life. I visited a physiotherapist, and I also had an x-ray done, and I'm glad to say that there's nothing wrong with my bones. The x-ray results also said that the spacing between my joints, between my bones, the joint spacing is all fine. In the words of my physiotherapist, she said, looks like you really whiplashed it good. So I'm on the road to recovery. She's taught me a couple of exercises that I can do at home. Here's a funny thing I want to share with you also. One of the exercises requires me to have either a golf ball or a tennis ball, and I have neither of those. So what I'm using is one of these old school Nerf sponge balls, and these things are really, really awesome, and they get the job done. It's just, yeah, so I'm just really lucky I have this lying around. Yeah, so I got myself a foam roller. Everything cost me a bomb, but I guess it's my own fault. But I'm feeling much better now. I can turn my neck, much better than I could before. Strength is coming back, although I still feel pins and needles in my hand. But apart from that, everything's good. I'm able to fire off at a stronger load, and I'm able to feel a bit more comfortable with handling blasters already. So yeah, I'm proud to say that I'm on the road to recovery, and thank you all so much for the support, because all your encouraging words, all of your motivation really, really helped me out, and I really, really felt the love, and I felt the support. So thank you everyone who actually commented and said, hey, get well soon. I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I never expected so much warmth and love, and that's all I have to say. Just thank you guys, and I promise to keep on putting out good videos, and I'll try my best to get my hands on crazy kits like the Artifact Breech, so I can review it and share it with you guys, okay? Because you know me, I'm all about saving money. I'm all about value for money. I'm all about good stuff. If it's good, I will share. If it's bad, I will tell you guys, and I'll tell you guys not to get it. But this is really good. Yeah. So Artifact Stefan mag holds up to 20 Stefans. Artifact also produces these darts, and if I'm not wrong, these darts are the same as the ACC nipple darts. It's just that they are blue foam body with grey tips. Yep. That brings us to the end of the video. Yes, I said that a second time, but now is the real closing. If you guys like this video, I hope you guys give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope that you guys consider subscribing, because I make Nerf videos every week. Alright, so I've been able to keep up this whole streak of weekly uploads, and I hope that I'll not stop. Okay, and keep giving you guys a lot of content. I'm also proud to say that I was very honored to be a part of MTV's podcast thingy. So I will look for a link, and I will put the annotation somewhere. Okay, and I was happy to be online with people like Bobololo and Welcome S7, as well as the MTB boys. Those guys are really crazy. It's really funny chatting with them, and I was actually honestly enjoying myself listening to them and laughing more than anything else. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode, where I have even more stuff I want to review. Yes, there's a lot of stuff, just so little time. Alright, but I do my best. Joe's pay the bills, and teamwork makes the dream work, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.